Hi, my name's Ryan Warner, and today I'm going to present to you my speech for A Fly on the Wall. If I could be a fly on the wall, I would go back and do three things. I would go back to the winter of 19, the summer of with my friends, and also the cruise with my family. These are three extremely important events in my life that I would love to relive. For starters, I want to talk about the winter of 19. For starters, I got my UGG boots. Now, I can already see people laughing. My UGG boots are a huge thing for me. I not only have one pair, I have four pairs. 4 pairs of UGG boots. Now, for a guy, that's a little weird. For girls, that's just a normal occurrence, I think. But my UGG boots are a huge thing for me. They marked me quitting basketball. Now, most people think that's a bad thing, quitting basketball, quitting a sport, quitting on your teammates. But for me, it was different. I lost all passion in the sport, and it just wasn't fun anymore. And I picked up a new sport. I picked up track. Now, track was the funniest thing I've ever done in my entire life. I met some lifelong friends. They are still my best friends to this day. And my track coach continually made fun of me every day, which was honestly what I needed. I just needed a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of someone making fun of me in order to make my day every day. Go, run my heart out. I could puke at practice and everyone would laugh. My friends would puke at practice from sprinting too much. And that was just how it went. We went through day by day, ended up being Splickle champions, and came in 8th place at States for one of our events. I ended up running 3 events at State, which was the most by any kid there. Next, I'm going to talk about the summer. That's this hat. Now, this hat might just seem like a normal Vineyard Vines hat, but it's not. It's not. This was the mark of my summer. I wore this hat backwards almost every single day. It just meant that it was summer mode. I was happy. I was constantly hanging out with my friends. But one thing that came out of this was we went to the Cape for a 3-day weekend, me and 5 of my best friends. And we had the absolute time of our lives. Now, I own a Jeep Wrangler, so as I was sitting there, if I could go back and watch it again, just watching us take my doors off my car, all 6 of us jump in my car, and going for rides on the beach for hours, not even days, for hours, just watching the sunset, going and taking pictures, being goofy with all my friends, was an absolute sight. I would relive that moment 100 out of 100 times. Another thing that went along with that summer was my backpack. I had committed to Nichols with that summer. And now, for some people, you'd be like, oh, a backpack's a backpack. But this backpack was special to me. I brought it with me to all my friends' houses. Anywhere and everywhere we went, I brought that backpack. Just so people knew that I had a spot to go. I felt at home somewhere where I was going to be for the next 4 to even maybe 5 years of my life if I stay for my master's. But going back and being a fly on the wall, and seeing me walk around happy as could be with my backpack on and my hat backwards was just, it almost brought a tear to my little fly's eye. Almost brought a tear. It was just, one of those moments where I don't know if I could ever relive it again. And now, lastly, I'm going to talk to you about being the fly on the wall on the cruise ship with my family. And that's where my last one comes in. This is my Booty Shack t-shirt. I know, it's absolutely hilarious. It's a dive bar that we went to while we were on one of the islands on St. Thomas. And let me tell you, it was hilarious. Hilarious. Me and my friend were drinking Cokes. My mom and dad were drinking adult beverages. And as we were going along, my brother and his friend also came along. We played 3v3 volleyball for about 2 hours at the dive bar. And now, people be like, volleyball? You could just sit on a lounge chair, relax. Isn't that what vacation's for? Oh, no. My family is way too competitive. I'd be the little fly sitting on the post, almost like officiating the game, looking side to side, seeing who's going to win next. And let me tell you, the spike I had on my father was absolutely nasty. It was gross. If I could go back and spike that ball as a little fly again, if I could be on that ball, the velocity was nuts. And then he continued to yell at me from across the net that I was hitting the ball too hard at him. And then he proceeded to spike the ball back at me and laugh. And then we all just laughed and came together as a family and had an absolute blast. As soon as we finished playing volleyball, my little fly, flies across the air over to the ocean to see us all sprinting and diving in the ocean, just having an absolute blast, splashing water on each other, eating good food, and just having the absolute time of our lives. Once again, if I could be a fly on the wall and go back to 3 spots in my life, it would be the winter of 19, the summer with my friends, and also the cruise ship with my family. Thank you for your time today, guys. I hope you had fun.